So what would you learn on the Professional Scrum Master class? Yeah, that's a great class as well. So there's a lot of theory in that class. So the actual material for the class is very theory based, whereas the APS ditches some of the theory in order to have the practical experience. The PSM focuses very much on the theory and being a Scrum Master. So there's um, lots of exercises where you have these people who are wannabe, prospective, or currently are Scrum Masters in organizations, um, discussing and figuring out how things work and go together, and how they can interact with teams better. So ultimately, I think what you learn is what are the ramifications of the Scrum Master role, right? So a lot of people have a vision of the Scrum Master role that it is the Scrum Master accountability, that it is just focused on a team, right? And there's reasons why people kind of have that blinkered focus on the team. But really, there's three parts to the Scrum Master role. There's the Scrum Master service to the team, the Scrum Master's service to the product owner, product management, right? And the Scrum Master service to the organization. And they need to be able to focus at all of those levels in order to be effective, because all of those things affect the ability of the team to deliver value and deliver usable working product, right? There's no point in focusing just on the team and the team being awesome and fantastic at delivering. They're doing continuous delivery, but they're delivering nothing that's useful to the customers. So the Scrum Master, while not directly accountable for the value or directly accountable for the quality, is directly accountable for them being effective at what it is that they're doing. And that's what we try and get across in the PSM, along with foundations in empiricism and the ultimate value of usable working increments of work on a regular cadence. Because if you don't have a usable working increment, then you're not able to get feedback, you're not able to mitigate risk, right? Those are things that are so important in that story. So the PSM is really the hitting on, from a theory perspective, all of the basic capabilities of what is the Scrum Master, what they're supposed to be able to do on a day-to-day basis, how they're supposed to interact with the organization, opening up the scope of their work, and figuring that out. But I think there's really more to it than that, because each trainer brings their knowledge of working with organizations, of helping people who are Scrum Masters deal with their problems in organizations. So there's a piece of the course which is the courseware and the theory, and then there's also another piece of the course which is the trainer's experience, right? All of our trainers are not just trainers; they are also people who are coaches, consultants, in DevOps, in Agile, in whatever it is that they've been doing for years, and they're able to bring those experience stories. And I actually feel like there's a third layer. There's a third layer in there that is the meta conversation about how the trainer is running the class. And those are skills that the Scrum Masters can also take on board to help them run the events that they're doing in Scrum, right? So how do you run a daily stand-up effectively? How do you have people organized together when you've got a larger group of people turn up? What happens if you get 70 people at a sprint review, right? How do you make sure that you get information from all of them? And all of our trainers they use it in different levels based on their taste, right? So everybody's different. But we have folks that use and talk about training from the back of the room. Lots of liberating structures, right? And able to engage people. And while we're not explicitly teaching those things, we're using those things to facilitate and run the class, which enables the more advanced Scrum Masters in the room, right, who maybe aren't the wannabes or the maybe going to get the jobs, but the actual doing it just now, to have an extra level of engagement, understanding, and learning that they can take from the class as well.